good? All right, awesome. Hi, everybody. For those of you who don't know me or haven't had the pleasure of meeting me, my name is Greg Dobbins. I have a secret that not many people know about on this campus, and I'm going to tell you all that right now. I have a dog. You wouldn't know that I have a dog because he's very peculiar as far as dogs go. Before I get into this crazy story about my guy Murphy, I want to take you guys back to when my family first got him. The story starts with my parents' first dog that they had together, who had died. After a long and full life, his name was Pamet. He was an awesome companion and a really good pupper. Little did we realize that one day when we got home from our friend's house, when I was 5 and my sister was 3, my parents sat us down and we could tell that they were upset. They told us that Pamet had just died and that they were very sad after having him in our family for such a long time. After hearing this, the first words out of my sister's mouth were, when are we going to get a new dog? This is honestly what she said. Quick to respond out of sadness, my parents said, when you turn 5. We waited the next 2 years, and on the 4th of July, 2010, Murphy was brought into our lives. There are many stories to tell about Murphy, and I'm going to illustrate for you the best parts of his life so far. I also want to share with you Murphy's life lessons. Upon his arrival, we were all so excited to welcome him into our lives. That excitement quickly turned to horror because Murphy was a menace, and he would eat everything in sight. How it began. My dad used to own a company, and he took Murphy to work with him. Most of the time, Murphy stayed in the car while he went into meetings. We lived in a small community, so many people knew my dad's car and Murphy. It was only a short amount of time he would leave him the car. But one of those days, Murphy proceeded to eat the gear shift knob on the car and then proceeded to eat the driver's side seat down to the heating element in the seat. Needless to say, the drive home was not a joyous one. That did not deter my dad from continuing to take his loyal companion with him to meetings. Not long after the car seat episode, Murphy ate a flashlight and 2 D batteries inside of the flashlight. My parents quickly called the vet for that mishap. The vet told us to watch him carefully, so we did, until the black battery magnesium exited his body like lava exiting a volcano. Through his mouth, obviously. We proceeded to clap and say thank goodness he was okay after that stunt. Then when Murphy was a little older, he proceeded to eat a skirt of my mom's, and he only left the zipper on the bed. That is the only way we knew it was missing. It's literally a miracle that this dog is still upright. A few months into our life with Murphy, my mom sat us down with the whole family and apologized for this being so hard, and we seriously contemplated taking him back to the breeder. She wanted to know our opinion on keeping him, saying that maybe we had made a mistake. But we stuck with Murphy and have never regretted it. Well, maybe regretted it after a few other mishaps, but not really. We are still intact as a family and couldn't be happier with this guy. I feel like there are many life lessons Murphy lives by. I believe he tries to teach us little pearls of wisdom all the time. These deep thoughts that live in the back of his little pea brain. He shows us how to be more human. Crazy, right? Lesson number 1. If it looks tasty, just eat it. No matter what it is, if it looks edible or has a good smell, it's going right down the gullet, no matter what it is. Old apple cores along Main Street, melted soft serve on the pavement, and his favorite, going through neighbors' trash cans. He does not clean up after himself. You can ask the Benson or Reese's about that sometime. But I will say, if there are things you want to try and they are not familiar to you, as long as they're actually edible things, you should give them a try. You may find a new favorite taste or food. Exploring new things is a good thing. Lesson number 2 is to live in the moment and to be adventurous. Murphy doesn't reflect on his mistakes in the past. He doesn't think about the future unless it's an hour before we feed him his dinner or we give him his breakfast. Murphy lives in the present. I would love to be more like Murphy in being present for things that are happening around me, especially in my senior year at Brooks. There are so many great things going on that I want to remember them to be in the present. I often get caught up thinking about what could have been better or what is yet to come. Not Murphy. Each moment in his life is in the now. Make a mistake, no problem. It's forgotten in an instant. Concerned about where you're going to be next year, not him. Living in the present is magnetic. People want to be around him. Maybe we should live more that way. Forgive and forget in an instant. We take Murphy everywhere, especially on long car rides down to Georgia every Christmas. Every year, he just sits in the back and looks like a veal calf with just enough room to lie down in the back of the car. Every so often, we take a really sharp turn, and all the bags in the back would fall right on top of him, and he does not care at all. He loves being with us more than a small space in the car. Everywhere we go with Murphy is an adventure. Ask me sometime about the time we broke out of our hotel room when we were at dinner, and found him staffing the front desk with the manager when we returned. He lives in the moment, for sure. Next lesson, number 3. The importance of sleep and that everywhere is a place to sleep. I want you to imagine Goldilocks and how she tries every bed until she finds the right one. Yeah, that's my dog. He has to try everything until he finds the best one, and then settles down for his 4th nap of the day. Moving from place to place in the house, from the guest bedroom to the living room chair to his bed in the living room to my parents' bed upstairs. It's all over the place. My dog sleeps roughly 20 hours a day, so no matter what's going on, he's always lying down asleep. If he is at home alone or if there's 14 people in our living room, as there were this past Thanksgiving, and he lied down in the center of the room and just went to sleep. Murphy is the Michelangelo of sleep. He gets after it with impressive ability. No soft surface is untouched by his blonde fur, couches, floors, beds, chairs, you name it. If he fits, he sits. And a scant 5 seconds later, snoring begins. It's really a 6-stage process. Slam down on the floor, close eyes, immediately start snoring. That's him snoring, by the way. I'll wait for this to finish. That's him dreaming. That's him dreaming. That's literally dreaming. All right, so yeah. Makes so much noise, and at Twitch it wakes himself up. Rinse and repeat 20 times a day. Oh crap, I didn't read the rest. All right, whatever. What I have learned from is that I enjoy my surroundings and make each spot more comfortable. Okay, lesson number 4. Love unconditionally. No matter which member of our family it is, he loves us with his whole heart. Well, Murphy may love our mom a bit more, or a lot more, as I think about it. I see the joy he brings to all of us with his big goofy tail wag and a snuggle. He lays at our feet or jumps up on the couch with us to watch a movie. He's the happiest when he's close to us. You can tell he missed us when we get home. It could be after a couple of hours or after a long weekend when people take care of him. After a long period away from us, his tail wags even more. I admire his ability to unconditionally love us all, even if we forget to fill his water bowl, and he is stuck finding a new water source, usually the toilet bowl. Lesson number 5, be open to meeting new people. Murphy is always happy to meet new people and is always ready to meet them. Sometimes stuff happens that's unexpected. You just kind of have to roll with it and not be discouraged. It can be a dog owner on the fire trail, anyone offering him a cookie in the mailroom, someone entering our house, or other dogs at the park. I hope to remain open and willing to meet new people and put myself out there and try to make others feel welcome. and comfortable. Murphy has gotten into several altercations with other dogs. He isn't much of an instigator. He's more of a let things happen to him kind of guy. Other dogs have taken a small bite out of Murphy a few times on this campus. One dog bit his ear all the way through. We called him a pirate, but without an earring. He didn't seem that bothered by it. That is why I love him. He knows he can't control the dog's urge to take a bite out of his ear. Just accept your fate and move on. It is worth the risk to meet new people and to see what happens. Okay, lesson number 6. It's okay to be different. If you are one of the 18 people on this campus who actually have seen my dog, he pees lying down in the grass. It looks like he's resting, but no, he's actually peeing. He's tried to lift the leg technique, but I guess it really doesn't work for him that well. He also can't sit. When he tries, his butt slides out from underneath him. He eventually slides to a lying down position on the floor, unless he's on a rug that doesn't move. He also farts himself awake. He wakes himself up regularly this way. Imagine farting and it wakes you up. You don't know what happened. He just looks behind him to see where the noise came from. Maybe you have unusual allergies. Murphy's allergic to chicken and he's gluten-free too. So imagine having a dog like this, buying food that has no chicken or gluten in it. It's hard. So this lesson is to embrace your differences because that is what makes you special. And that's what I believe he wants. He is special to our family, especially with all of his odd mannerisms and behaviors. I know talking about my dog seems kind of different thing to talk about. I believe I have an interesting life compared to some other people. How I used to live on an island 30 miles out to sea with my family. My extended family is constantly in hysterical laughter recounting old stories. One of my favorite stories to tell is the life of Murphy Dobbins. His lessons speak to me, especially to my family. All of these lessons he taught us are something that I will have and love for my whole life. From all the silly stuff he's done to the family, to all the family meetings about his behavior, to trips to the vet, and all the things he probably shouldn't have eaten. I'm surprised he is still upright. I'm surprised he's still with us. That is why I chose to share this story and lessons with you. He's awesome. I believe he has so much unconditional love for our family and gives as much as he gets from all of us. I hope you can take one or more lessons from my dog and apply them into your own life and have the willingness to put yourself out there and not be afraid to love like Murphy. Thank you.